Hello, sports fans. Welcome to Overtime. I'm your host, Nick Messer, joined in studio by Greensburg football coach Isaac Sliger and cross-country coach Troy Davis. Troy, you got some guests with you here. Let them introduce themselves.
I'm Eleanor Davis.
And I'm Lulu Webb.
And then we'll get to you ladies here in a little bit. Troy, we'll start with you. Conference champs for boys. And we have sectional this Thursday, or this weekend at Brown County.
Yep, that's correct. We went 1, 2, 3 in the boys over the weekend at Batesville. So congratulations to Joe Hawkins, Xavier Cassius, and Quentin Walker for being all conference. Those guys went out and just dominated from the get-go. Connor Babadel and Henry Cray were also first-time all-conference runners for us on the boys' side. So yeah, excited about having 5 all-conference athletes. The ladies were third. Eleanor and Lulu were all-conference that I've got with me tonight, and then Elena Badel, shortly before heading south to Florida over our fall break, was also all-conference for the third time. So congratulations to those athletes.
So strong year. I know we had you on a couple weeks ago, and we talked about the PRs and the amount of times that everybody kept getting their best this year. Just let's summarize the season overall. Kind of your take on the season highlights and what stood out to you with this group of kids?
Sure. We'll start with the guys. Had a really strong year. Right now we're 87-22. So we're hoping to close in on 100 wins either this weekend at sectional or the following weekend at
region.
region.
Is that this year? Or
that's this year. Yeah, that's this year.
Wow.
Yeah. So I had a really good year. We won at the Madison Invitational. We were Greensburg runners-up at our Invitational conference champs, as we said, and looking forward to a strong showing this weekend at Brown County. So.
Highlight key seniors. Let's just hit them a little bit. They won't get announced anymore. So
yeah, that's true.
Let's highlight seniors.
Yeah, sure. We went 1-2 last week in a conference. That was 1-2 for seniors. Joe Hawkins went out, ran a really smart race for us. Xavier Cassius also. He went from never ever being conference to a conference runner-up. So he was pretty excited about that. He's put in a lot of miles and a lot of work for us. So excited to see those two guys, what they can do in the tournament series. But we're going to definitely miss them next year. Also, we have 3 other seniors. I just want to mention them real quick. Luke Dwanger was a 3-year runner for us. Dante Hess, a 3-year runner for us. And then Malachi Nicolaitis as a 4-year varsity runner for us. So going to miss those guys coming up, but looking forward to seeing what Xavier and Joe can do in the tournament for us.
How did you see those guys grow over their 4 years in terms of leadership on the squad?
Sure. I'll just use Xavier as an example. I can probably pick out a story for all these guys. I knew Xavier was going to be good this year when I saw him in January running on a Sunday morning on my way to church. And he's out. It's probably 20 degrees. And I see him Monday morning and asked him how far he ran. I went 10 or 12 miles on a Saturday or Sunday morning. And I knew at that point, hey, we're going to be good this year. Or he's going to be good this year. For that dedication, I just put the miles in, put the time in, and it showed up this year. So he's a top 25 in school history for us.
Wow. I know we talked a few weeks ago about how times stack up really well for sectional down at Brown County. You still looking pretty good in terms of expectations and things like that?
Yes. Both Columbus North is there, so we are going to respect their program. Their boys are number 1 in the state, but with the way the cross-country sectional works, the top 5 teams move on. So both the boys and girls, we're hoping for that. We perform well. The guys could be anywhere from 3rd to 7th. Ladies are 4th or 5th overall. The ladies have had a good year. We were Greensburg champs, Madison Invitational champs, county champs, and the 2 freshmen here over on my right side have been a big part of that, so we're excited about the future for those guys.
Let's explain a little bit. Cross country is a little different in terms of format, sectional, regional, straight to state type. Explain that to everybody how that works and how do you determine if it's team or if it's individual that moves on?
Sure. Well, right now we have a 3-round tournament series, so we're going to sectional at Brown County this weekend. The top 5 teams at that section will move on to Evansville. So there are 4 sectionals that move on to Evansville. So we'll have 20 teams that qualify down to there. And anybody that is not on a top 5 team, the top 15 athletes after that will also qualify. So there'll be 60 individuals, 20 teams down at Evansville. And then out of that, the top 5 teams there and the top 15 individuals there move on to state at Terre Haute. So it's non-class. So like I said, we've got Columbus North in our sectional for both boys and girls. And then we move down to the regional. We're looking at Bloomington North, Bloomington South, Columbus North, Floyd Central, Silver Creek, some bigger schools that we're going to compete with, and we're going to go mix it up and see what happens.
And we've talked before on here, cross country is a different beast. It's pretty predictable what schools are going to be where at what time in terms of who's going to be sectional, who's going to be regional, who's going to be state. Do you do anything different to prepare at those each steps with, say, our number 1, number 2 runner? Do you do anything different to prepare them?
I would say different. We're gonna roll back the mileage a little bit. We've trained through up to this point in the season. The kids had our hard workout of the week. This was this morning. So we do typically a long run on Monday. Our workout day is Wednesday, and then pre-meet on Friday. So we're gonna go pre-meet on Friday. The kids actually have tomorrow off. It's fall break, so they got to work out. They know what they're supposed to do, and I get to sleep in. They get to sleep in, and we'll see them on Friday morning. But we do roll back the mileage a little bit, preparing for sectional, but mainly for regional. We really want to run well down to Evansville this weekend, or in 2 weeks, excuse me.
Do you have start times or anything like that yet for sectional?
Oh yeah, sure. Boys run at 10:30 over at the Eagle Park, just outside outside of Nashville. The ladies run at 11:15. So
is there any? I mean, that day's probably going to. I mean, hopefully it doesn't rain. I know it looks like rain in most areas, or it did an hour ago. I'm sure it changes, but is there anything you do different to prepare on a day like that, where they start when it's cooler and then maybe heats up a little bit?
And again, we stress hydration, nutrition, and sleep all year long. I told the girls especially they need to eat breakfast on the way to Brown County and eat another snack later. Racing 11:15 is late, so they need to be refueled up. Same way with the weather. We've gone. August was cool. September got hot. October we're hoping stays cool. So big things, just hydration and nutrition. Those are controllables for us that we really stress to kids. Like, hey, if you come to practice dehydrated, that's on you. Like we've told you, there are water refill stations in school. Everybody gets a water bottle. Like let's make sure we have that under control so we can perform at our best.
All right, let's segue into girls cross country. Highlight your girls seniors and high points for them and. Well, none, right?
Yeah, I was
There's none. That's right. I remember now. Yeah, no seniors.
It would be an awkward pause for my senior girls. But
let's highlight some PRs.
Yeah,
and
sure. That's
some
fine.
highlights from the season. And
so I was going to say that I'll let the two ladies talk later. But Eleanor and Lulu have been a big part of our success all throughout the year. Eleanor's run number 1 for us from the get-go. Lulu's been number 2 all year for us, so it's been a great 1-2 punch. Eleanor's broken the 19-minute barrier. She's actually 3rd in school history. Lulu's going to break 20 minutes real soon, right, Lulu? Yeah, we got the head nod right there, so it's coming. They both have had really outstanding workouts for us the last couple weeks. And Elena Beto, she's not a senior, but she's our junior. She's been a state qualifier before as a freshman. She's been all conference for us all 3 years. She's our leader. She's actually one of 2 returning varsity athletes for us on the squad. So she's been a great asset for us, and we're looking forward to it.
She's knocking on some records herself.
Yep. If she can run well, she's gonna have a shot to be all sectional and hopefully all regional. We get returned to form. So we're looking forward to that.
Good deal. All right, let's slide over to football here with Coach Isaac Sliger. Coach, take me back 2 weeks ago. We're going to go back 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Play call. Right? A lot of excitement, a lot of emotions.
Oh, yeah.
One, how do you control those in that time?
So, again, when you kind of flash back to it, obviously we score on the second play in overtime. We actually end up calling out a timeout just to kind of calm our guys down a little bit. Just to, again, we preach a lot. Just you can't ride the roller coaster, and especially in that moment where we haven't been in that situation before. So there's a lot of new details that we've got to kind of go over. I took the timeout just to kind of make sure that we understood the moment that we were in. But then on top of that, too, coming out of it, we wanted to get a little bit of verification. I had told them in the huddle, too, that there's a good chance that they're going to call timeout right afterwards to see where we're aligned to. And I think that helped us just as far as the composure part goes. Just because, again, when you're in that situation, you don't necessarily know how to respond all the time. There's a lot of emotions that kind of get dictated to it, and that's rightfully so. That's human nature. But no, for us, we knew that we wanted to go for it. That's always been the mentality that I've tried to bring for it. We want to be the aggressor. But then on top of that, too, in hindsight off it also, the other piece of it is we knew that if we kicked a PAT, we were going to have to flip right back around to go on offense. And at some point, we were going to have to go for 2 anyways. And I didn't really want to give them that opportunity. So.
Yeah. Now, I know as a coach myself, sometimes you call a play, you send them out, and then in your head you're like, did I call it too fast? Did they understand it? Did I call the right one? So in your minds, did you have any of those like, oh my gosh, did I read that right? Or is it just something you were confident, like that was the time, that was the place, that was the play?
No, so they had been aligning in a bear front inside the 10, and really inside the red zone to decent degree, especially in short yardage situations. So we were anticipating seeing a bear front. When we anticipated the bear front, it was one of those that they ended up calling timeout, so that kind of gave us the verification off of it. So the good piece to that was we still knew we were going to run jet power read, but we do carry a few different types of that. So we ended up ultimately reading the end. They didn't have a true edge setter out there. They had both safeties lined up on the right instead. They came out of the timeout. We were prepped either way. So no, that truthfully also kind of helped with the verification.
Obviously, we know what happened. He gets in, big win, signature win this year. Much needed for you guys to just, I don't want to say silence people, but just to show people that the hard work, we've talked on here, not just you, but other coaches about there's more than just what the score says. There's the improvements that people don't really acknowledge, whether it be less penalties or whatever, or better PRs, just things that people don't see except the end result. What did that win mean, not just for you, but for your program?
Well, I think, again, anytime you're in the middle of a rebuild, we preach to our kids week in, week out that, you got to keep swinging away. And at some point, we use the, figure of speech of breaking the rock. You don't know how close you are, truthfully, to being able to break through, but you also have to understand that one final swing is not the one that actually broke it. It's the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds before that, the hundreds of reps, the hundreds of mornings that you're waking up, you're back into the weight room, you're back onto the field, you're doing all these little things that get you to that moment. And when we haven't been in that moment, I think that's one of the critical pieces behind it is, number one, it gives the verification of what this process shows. And for our kids, being able to do something, number one, that hadn't been done in a very long time, which is beat Batesville since 2020. It's the first conference win since 2022. And then obviously from an overtime standpoint, obviously this week's senior night, when you kind of go through even the, most everybody's favorite memories, it's that night. But again, for us, it just goes back to, it's a verification piece. Everybody knows how this process goes, and it's a hard process. And there's times as you kind of get stuck on that, it's easy to wander off the path because you start to think, because of what everybody else on the outside may say, you start to question things. But I think for us, that's that verification piece that, hey, the processes continue to improve. We've improved, obviously, but now there's actual verification that shows that.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great way to put it, too. Great analogy for people that's listening to understand the inside mentality of a program rebuild, essentially. Let's talk this week, Rushville. Very winnable. Anything you're doing different? Game planning? Whoa.
No, it's one of those things that we, we kind of joke about it to a degree, but we're very much systems of, we're creatures of habit.
Yeah.
And we try to stick to, obviously every week you're going to have new wrinkles built on, what you see defensively, offensively, et cetera, but our practice habits stay the same. And we continue to preach the, the expectation too this week, which is you're playing for a share of second place in the conference. That's something that we as a program haven't had in a very long time. So you've got kind of a blend of things. You've got the senior night, and from a legacy piece as seniors, what do you want to leave behind? For your teammates, for the program, for those that have come before you, and those that have seen you and watch you as a role model that are going to come up through this program. But then obviously there's that piece too, and then even more so, you've got the sectional where we feel like we've got an opportunity to really build into something here over the next few weeks and continue our improvement that we've seen over the second half of the year.
Yeah, and let's look ahead to that one. Purdue Polytech, first round sectional. Of course, you guys beat them last year. So confidence is there, right? But you having a very good opportunity to win your last 2 or 3? No.
Well, it's one of those two where we don't look ahead,
4,
so
something like that.
I want to make sure that that's clarified. We don't.
No, and we've talked about that numerous times. Nobody likes to look ahead.
No, and we don't. And it's, we've had a few guys that mentioned it, and we squashed it because at the end of the day, the only thing that right now matters is senior night, going against Rushville, and finishing the job there. And then we're going to prep for the next one and take it week one by one. And but no, obviously there is a little bit of familiarity just from last year, but it's one of those two where there is a new coach. They're doing things a little bit differently, but we haven't gone over any of that yet. But when you look at the draw, obviously we see that there's a potential opportunity down the line. But right now it's just kind of focusing in on the emotions for this week.
Right. community-wise, anybody reach out, just as a community or a school? Do you see a difference in the mentality after the Batesville game in the building?
Well, I think for one, there's again always been support since we've gotten down here, and I truthfully mean that. Our administration's been fantastic and done everything that we've asked for, and even outside of that, the parents and what they do for our kids and what they do for our program and just overall community. I mean, you go there on a Friday night and that place, the stands are full. And they continue to support our kids week in, week out. But I think the other part too, number one, yes. The emotions that you were able to see from our kids on the field at that moment just show what it meant to them. But even outside of that, on social media and everything else, I mean, it absolutely blew up. And there's been a lot of people that have reached out, I know, to our kids, a lot of people that reached out to us as coaches, myself, on our social media pages, et cetera, and just even out in the community that'll just bring it up and start talking about it. So I think absolutely, and again, that's a credit to our kids and what they've been able to do. But now again, it's that piece of we finally got that, but we can't be one and done. For us now, that's been the big stressor of this has got to be the expectation every single week. Where we now get into a process, what that process has to look like from Monday through Saturday.
Yeah, and I got a chance to see you guys play down at Franklin County, which was honestly a really close game. I don't even remember the score.
It was 21-7.
21-7, but it was, that. You and I talked after the game. That's not what that score showed.
No, we had 3 opportunities inside the 25 with fourth down conversions that we had failed on. Again, and then even a few others. They're outside of that. There were 1 or 2 things away from. So, and that was kind of, I think, the turning point for us. They're around the week 5 mark, going into week 6. Yeah. I feel like that we as a team understood. At that point, some things started to click a little bit more offensively and defensively. But then even outside of the fact as we've continued to progress throughout the year, just understanding where we're at and what we can do now. And it's not what we've been in the past. But again, that's part of that process of understanding what that means, and I think we've really been able to build off of that since week 5, week 6.
Yeah, and like you said, people count you out, when it takes so long to get wins, and, people mark you down as an easy win. It doesn't matter what school you are, and I think that game, watching you guys, showed everybody that you guys were real. Like, you were there to play. You could tell right away, first quarter, even that Franklin County knew you guys were there to win.
Yeah.
You guys weren't there just to lay down and let them do what they do. And so there's no doubt that, it pays off, and it'll keep paying off.
Well, and that's part of the process, though, right? Like, until we do something about it to fix it, that's the mainstream norm for it. That's what people are going to. People are always going to count us out. At the end of the day, that's our job to rewrite that, and I think we've done a really good job over the last few weeks doing that.
Yeah, I agree. Let's bring players in here and let them introduce themselves real quick before we take a little break, and then we'll segue into having a little chat with them. Start here at Greensburg Football. Introduce yourself and let us know your number and what you play.
My name is Max Grimes. I'm number 45. I play tight end, 3 tech, basically wherever they need me.
I'm Carson Kilgore. I'm number 6. I play running back, move to wide receiver some, and I'm a free safety.
I'm Cameron Parkinson. I'm number 51, and I play O-line and D-line.
I'm Tyson Bockover. I'm 74, and I play D-line.
All right, ladies, reintroduce yourself so we don't forget about you. This is Greensburg Girls Cross Country.
I'm Eleanor Davis.
And I'm Lulu Webb.
Let's go ahead and let's segment out, and then we'll come back and we'll have some questions for you, get to know you guys a little bit. I'm your host, Nick Messer, and this is Overtime, and we will be right back. Welcome back to Overtime. I'm your host, Nick Messer, joined in studio here by the Greensburg football players and the Greensburg girls cross country runners. We'll start over here with the Greensburg football. We'll start with Max Grimes, sophomore. Max, what is the most memorable moment you've had so far? I'm pretty sure I know the answer, so if it's 2 weeks ago, tell us why.
It's definitely beating Batesville. Number one, because we've just always, we never had that mentality of going into a game that we're going to win. But this year, everyone was prepared. We had that mindset of we're going to win this game. And at the end, we came out and did our jobs, and we got the job done.
Okay. Carson Kilgore, senior. Take us through your mindset. I'm sure is that what you're going to say?
I'm not going to say winning against Batesville.
Okay.
I'm going to say playing against Batesville, because the overall leadership and the way we brought each other up throughout that game, it was a lot better than the beginning of the year. It was tough in the game at some parts, and we would have other people bringing us up, coming together like a family to play and actually win the game. And we had a lot of trust.
Well, good answer. Is it Carson, right? Carson, senior? Cameron, senior, Greensburg football, my bad. Most memorable moment for you so far?
Definitely beating Batesville, and it's because of everything these guys said, but also, in cheer blocks of other sports, it's bragging rights. You get to use it as, we beat you guys, so it doesn't matter if we're losing here.
Okay. So, basketball, you already got it planned out? Okay. Tyson Bockover?
Definitely beating Batesville. Just the overall mentality going into that game, you really seen it that game. How it shifted from years past of we're going to go out there to play no matter what and just keep swinging away till the clock hit 0-0. And I think we really put that image out there that night, and it showed on the scoreboard in the final.
All right, stay right there, Tyson. Let's give you the next question. As a senior, how have you seen your role with the program change over the years?
I would say I've been a pretty quiet person through my career, and I'd say this year I've definitely been more vocal than any in the past, mainly because of the shift that we've had in leadership from a coaching standpoint. We have that more of a leadership role coming from players, and it allows you to fulfill more as a leadership as a player. And I've really gotten behind the mentality of keep swinging away and don't let the emotions of the game and ride the emotional roller coaster throughout the game.
All right, Cameron, you're a senior. How's your leadership role changed throughout the years?
So I haven't played since freshman year, so it's a big leap to kind of sitting in the back, listening to everybody else. And then being a senior, you have to own up to everything and be in the moment, coach everybody else as well as yourself.
So what makes you want to come back? That's a 2-year gap. What drew you back to the football program?
More of a coaching change. I didn't like the past stuff that was going on, and then seeing my friends play and everything, it just made me want to come back and have fun.
Okay. Senior here, Carson.
Yes, sir.
Leadership. How's yours changed over?
So I just started playing football again last year, and I got very underlooked. Didn't get utilized as much, and nobody really cared about how I felt or what's happening on and off the field. But this year, it's a very big difference. I'm utilized a lot. There's a lot of leadership throughout me, my other seniors, everybody else on the field, and we all care for each other like a family.
Max, you're a sophomore.
Yes, sir.
Let's talk about maybe not. You can talk about your leadership role, but what do you want it to be? Not where you're at as a leader, where you want to be as a leader. These guys are sitting here as seniors. Where do you want to be when you come back on here as a senior?
I want to be someone who everyone can look up to, someone who knows that even if they mess up, they're just going to keep going. They're going to get the job done, and I want people to know that I will put in that work.
Okay. Switch over here. Let's go to the girls cross country and talk to him a little bit. Eleanor Davis, let's talk about what's your most memorable moment this year.
Probably breaking 19 at Saraland. That was just a big moment where I actually realized that what I've been doing, it's gonna amount to something, and that whole meet was just for everyone a big deal, and that was probably the best part.
Okay. And Lulu Webb, what's your best memory?
Mine's probably like just the team atmosphere. It's super great, and everyone's so welcoming. As a freshman, I was definitely a little nervous coming in, and everybody was just so welcoming, and it just felt like a family, and it was great to be a part of this year.
Well, I know. Well, you can't tell on YouTube either. I'm not a runner. I don't look like a runner. So take me through, Lulu. How do you, when you're into that last stretch, take us through. What are you thinking? How do you push yourself?
It's definitely a lot of mental. It's super challenging, but you just got to know that you're almost there, and you're going to be fine 5 minutes later. You really are, and like just push through. You're almost done. Get it done with.
All right. Davis, what about you? How do you push through breaking 19? I can't even do that in a car. How do you? What's your mindset on that? When you know you're getting a PR or you're close to it, is that having anything to do with your mindset in that last stretch?
I mean, yeah, when I know that I'm close, like I just know that feeling after the race. It's so great knowing that you've pushed and done your hardest to run as fast as you possibly can, and that's just in the back of my mind throughout the whole race. And sometimes it doesn't completely work out, and I don't get that, but when I do, it's just so rewarding, and that's why I do it.
Now, neither one of you are seniors, so when there's no senior on the squad, what do you do for leadership? How do you see your leadership growing? Davis, we'll start with you.
Well, like, even though we don't have seniors, a lot of us have run in the past, like Elena and Avonlea, they both ran last year. Lulu, me, Josie, several of the other girls, we've ran in junior high. We know how it works. We all kind of just have worked together, help the people who are completely new to the sport really get to know how it works. And even just we've seen throughout the whole season, everyone's come to know just how everything works and has really improved both physically and mentally through all of that. So,
Lulu, what about you? No seniors this year. What are you doing to, I don't want to say fill the void, but what are you doing leadership-wise to keep everybody motivated? Because I would need lots of motivation.
Definitely, like, we're all just, like, we know what each other needs. Like, we lift each other up and give each other hugs after a strong finish, and lifting each other up at practice through a hard workout, especially, like, today. We were cheering each other on, finishing the end of our workout, and it was a really difficult workout, but it's going to make us better as a team, and I think everybody just knows that we need to lift each other up to be the best that we can.
Okay. Did you hear that over here, boys? The secret is hugs. Okay.
Hugs.
Start hugging more. Okay. Switch back over here, Greensburg football. Max Grimes, take us through. What do? You got a pregame ritual?
Not really.
Anything different?
Listen to music, get my head right.
Who we listening to?
Just a bunch of stuff. It's a whole mix of things.
Give me a go-to. You got to have a go-to, or does the game depend on what you listen to?
Just the game. Like Batesville, I'm definitely listening to something like Metallica or something like that. Enter Sandman, that's a big one for me.
Okay. Pre-game meal?
Whatever's in the locker room. Anything I can find.
Okay. Carson, what about you? What's your pre-game ritual? You do anything different? You superstitious?
No, I just kind of go with the flow. I do everything last minute. Just grab what I could grab and go.
Okay. What about pre-game meal? What are you eating?
Probably some Jersey Mike's.
Okay.
Number 42 from Jersey Mike's.
I was getting ready to say, what's your order? All right. Cameron, what about you? Any superstitions, pre-game rituals?
Just listen to music and getting locked in for the game.
Who you listening to?
Eminem, anything, country, rap,
Okay.
all of it.
That's a lot of emotions, my friend. That's a
Yeah.
lot of emotions right there in just two different people. What are you eating pre-game meal? What do you?
Subway,
Subway, what's your order?
just chicken. That's it.
Just chicken?
Yep.
You just go in, you're not even on bread. You just say, give me chicken.
Okay, I get it on bread.
That'd be a little weird. Can I get some chicken? Just wrap it up, please. All right, Tyson, pre-game rituals. Are you superstitious? I can't even talk now.
Take a little nap when I get to the locker room. I'll probably go get food first, then get my food, then take a nap. But that's about my pregame. Listen to some music.
Okay, who you listening to?
Probably Alice in Chains or Nirvana.
Okay. All right, a little throwback to the 90s. I like that. What are you eating?
McDonald's or like Taco Bell probably.
What's your order?
McDonald's. McChickens, McDoubles, chicken nuggets, maybe a milkshake here and there.
Okay. All right. What about Taco Bell?
Bean burrito, beef 5-layer.
Man, I do not want to be in your huddle. All right, switch over here, girls. Save us. Davis, what about you? Any rituals? Any superstitious? There's something you have to do? You have to tie your left shoe first or anything? Anything weird?
Not anything too weird like that, but I definitely have had the same meal, pretty much everything as the beginning of the season. Don't want to.
What are you eating? What's your meal?
Morning meats, peanut butter toast and a protein bar, and nothing else. I can't do anything else.
That's all you eat all day long?
No, before the meet. So
Okay.
maybe a little superstition there, but.
Okay. No liquids?
And
Just water?
Water.
Just water?
Yep.
Okay. All right, Lulu, what about you? Any superstitions? What are you doing pre-meet?
My main superstition is just what I eat. I eat the same thing every single meet.
Which is?
Chocolate chip protein waffles with peanut butter and maple syrup.
Okay. All right. See, I'd be crying before every meet. That'd be my pre-ritual meet right there. Music. What do you ladies listen to? Lulu, what are you listening to?
I don't really listen to music before, but my go-to is probably 90s country.
Okay. Davis, what about you?
It kind of depends, but if I sometimes listen, sometimes I don't, but most of the time it's just a lot of Christian music, kind of any kind of that.
Okay. So when you guys are in the beginning stretch or even the middle stretch, what are you thinking about? Like, take me through your mindset. Are you singing a song in your head? Are you thinking about chemistry class? Are you thinking about math class? I mean, what goes through your head as you're a mile and a half in?
At the beginning, I'm normally trying to just like thinking about the race, trying to feel out how everybody else is running and how what pace I should be at. Once you get to the middle, the end, your mind kind of just goes a little more blank. You aren't really thinking about much except running as fast as you can.
Okay. Lulu, what about you? A mile and a half in, what are you doing? What's going on? You singing a song? You studying?
I'm probably like thinking about like all the numbers that go into my times. Like I'm thinking about like what did I run my first mile? Let's see what I can keep it up and just try to get my time less and less and see what places I can get and track people down and pass them.
Okay. All right, switch back over here. Max Grimes, sophomore. Take me through your favorite play.
Favorite play?
Yeah, you got a favorite play?
Cowboys cold.
Okay. What's your role in that one?
I run a drag, go about 10 yards, cut it in, just look for the ball and take it upfield.
Okay. Are you catching it, right?
Yep.
Okay. Carson, what about you? You got a favorite play? I'm coach is looking at me. I'm not digging in too deep. I'm just trying to get in the mind. Like, if coach is calling one, you know the situation. Is there a play you're like, God, it better be my number, coach. Call my number, coach. Is there a play you?
Any play I get the ball. That's it.
Any play?
Any play.
Jet sweep?
Jet sweeps are fun, yeah.
Okay. Cameron?
I like any of the plays where you're just blocking down and hit people.
Okay. Are you a pull? Do you pull any?
I used to, but now I'm a tackle.
Okay.
So I just go down.
Okay. Tyson?
I just like the plays where I can lead block, get downhill, and hit somebody.
Okay. All right. Couple minutes left in this segment. We're going to give you a final take as well. So final take on here. You guys should already know because you're supposed to say we know, we listen and watch this show all the time. Final take on here is basically you get to say whatever you want. Not whatever you want, but you get to I don't say anything. You get the time to thank whoever or whatever you need to do. So one of you can do it or all of you can do it. We'll start right here since you're sitting down. Carson, go ahead. Final take.
I just want to thank Coach Liger for turning around our program, rebuilding it, and there's already a big difference between the years before to now.
Max, go ahead and lean in there. Final take.
Again, with Kilgore, I just want to thank Coach Sliger. I never really got a chance to show how well I can perform, and Sliger just gave me the chance and let me perform.
Cameron?
So I want to thank you to Coach Sliger for bringing me back into football, and thank you to the community and family and friends who have helped brought me back into it and motivated me.
Tyson?
I want to thank Coach Slager for the mentality he brought and teaching us the lessons that we can carry with us for the rest of our lives.
Okay. Over here, Eleanor Davis, final take.
Well, I just want to thank my dad, the coach, and the rest of my family, just how they've really worked with us and how we've done a lot of stuff for this sport for a long time, and just the cross-country family and everything that all of us do for each other.
Lulu Webb, final take.
I just want to say a huge thank you to Coach DeColby. She used to coach at the high school, and I think what she taught me has really helped me this year with what Coach Davis coaches us with, and I feel like I've gotten so much stronger because she was such a great coach, and I really appreciate that from her.
Okay. We're going to pause here for a little break. We'll switch the players out, bring the coaches back on for some final discussions and final takes. I'm your host, Nick Messer, and this is Overtime. We will be right back. Welcome back to Overtime. I'm your host, Nick Messer. Again, joined in studio here by cross-country coach Troy Davis and Greensburg football coach Isaac Sliger. Troy, we'll start with you, just hitting on a few more things. Sectional, just review times and everything for everybody.
Sure. We're at Brown County this weekend. The boys race at 10:30 a.m. The ladies will race at 11:15. Looking forward to some strong competition. Looking for top 5 finishes for both teams to qualify for the regional a week from Saturday down at Evansville. So excited about that opportunity to compete.
Coach, Rushville this weekend, you want to hit on that, and I guess senior night, correct?
Yeah. So obviously, a lot of emotions in play, some personal for me, and then obviously for our seniors, more importantly. We've got 10 seniors this year, those being Eli Powers, Austin Cruz, Ethan Smith, a few of these guys behind me, Carson Kilgore, Tyler Williams, Cam Parkinson, Tyson Bockover. In addition to that, sorry, I want to make sure I get everybody. Ryan Rutherford, and Jeremiah Alexander, and Austin Adams. These guys I can't reiterate enough, when you're in a situation where our program has been, it's always twofold. Number one, it's easy to take the wider path, which I would say as to just take the easy way out and say that you're done with it and move on. Because you have a lot of things that are going in the back of your mind personally because of all the extra outside noise. And I can't reiterate enough how grateful I am personally for, our kids and these seniors to, number one, put the trust into our staff as we came in and tried to really completely just overhaul everything, point blank. And that's not easy to do, especially when you're in a situation that you have been and you've got one more go run at it. So for me personally, I'm extremely appreciative. And I hope these guys understand that daily from us. But even number two, outside of that, just what they've continued to go through, and I hope they understand the legacy piece behind that of what a community looks to towards them each and every day, not just as parents or outsiders, but even as kids that are coming up through this program. I mean, at the end of the day, they're the ones that those kids look up to every single night. They know the Cam Parkinsons, the Tyson Bockovers, the Carson Kilgores, the Austin Cruzes, and so on and so forth. Those are the guys that they root for off of it. Just understanding the legacy that comes off of that and the memories that they were able to provide a lot of people, not only adults, but kids that are coming up through this program. I'm extremely grateful for them on what they've done over the last year, but even outside of that too, just the program as a whole. What they've been willing to do each and every day, because it's not easy. It's hard, especially when you hear a lot of those outside noises off of it. But I'm extremely proud of them. I care about them a lot, and I'm extremely grateful for that. And again, just hope everybody comes out this Friday night to celebrate that for them and just continue to show out for our kids.
Well said. Do you have times for? Are you guys before halftime? When
we're before the game. I believe it's at 6:15, if I remember correctly. So yeah, that'll be at 6:15. We'll announce all of them individually off of that, and then 7:00 kickoff, and let's roll.
Okay. All right. We'll go to the Greensburg cross country coach Troy Davis. Final take.
I just want to kind of piggyback off actually what Lulu said. Congratulate our junior high program. They had another outstanding year. Coach Catherine Neese was in her first year. She's a former runner for us, and Dale Galk, as well as her husband Seth Neese. So they just had the state cross country meet for the junior high about a week or two ago. Maria, their number one runner, was all-state for the second year in a row. So she's an 8th grader. Looking forward to that. And they had some outstanding runs from their 8th grader gentlemen as well. So just kind of piggyback on what Coach said too. The program, not just the high school kids. We're looking at the junior high, and we run a summer running program for the elementary school kids, just trying to continue to build interest in running and just fitness, and just looking forward to continue that build, and looking forward to starting the tournament series this weekend at Brown County.
Okay. Coach, Greensburg football coach Isaac Sliger, final take.
Just again, very appreciative of what our community continues to do for our kids. And when I say community, that's again not just, obviously everyone that shows up on Friday. That's our parents for what they continue to do for our kids, the meals, the laundry, the picking people up from practice, giving them gas money, all of those things. Just it is when I got here, I heard a lot about that. And when you walk the halls, you see the teachers that continue to show support for them, the student body, the cheer block. We really greatly appreciate it. I know these guys appreciate it. But it's one of those things again where we're grateful for that. Obviously the job's not done after this week. We're hoping to be able to continue to extend this for a few weeks and see what happens. Right now, this Friday is the one that really matters the most. Come out, support our kids, and then let's see what we can do after the fact.
Okay. Coaches, appreciate your time as always. Thank you for coming in studio.
Nick, thanks for doing this. I know it's a long day for you.
It's all right. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
I enjoy it.
So thank you.
Our
Promoting
views are
high
coming
school
up.
sport.
I really like that we're getting buy-in, and I think we got a lot of buy-in once we started getting student athletes on here, and I really enjoy that. So I also want to say thanks to Eleanor Davis, Greensburg Cross Country, Lulu Webb, Greensburg Cross Country, competing this Saturday in sectional. Sophomore Max Grimes, Greensburg football. Carson Kilgore, senior Greensburg football. Cameron Parkinson, senior Greensburg football. Sorry. Tyson Bockover, Greensburg football. Thanks for joining me in studio. And Carson Kilgore would like me to share that he's not going to be disappointed that if McDonald's is listening, it showed up in the locker room this week. So I want to throw that shameless little plug out there again. That's a request from Carson Kilgore for some McDonald's. Just throwing that out there if you're listening. So thanks again. I'm your host, Nick Messer. This has been Overtime.